Good afternoon. The subject of today's video chat is The Chosen. The Chosen is a drama series about the gospel. It has 7 seasons. It's in its 6th production season that's going to be out at the end of this year, 2026. I was never interested in The Chosen. I got interested last year sometime because I saw a 7-minute YouTube clip from The Chosen on YouTube. And that's not the place to watch it. You want to watch it on the Chosen app. It's free. It eventually becomes free pretty quickly when a season unfolds. So they have 5 seasons done. And so I saw this YouTube video of the woman at the well, and it caught my attention because John 4 is very important to me about this, the discussion she initiated. The Gentile, non-Jewish woman who was married 5 times and then living with a guy without being considered her husband, wasn't considered her husband. And she said when she found out Jesus was a prophet, she brought up what's the right way to worship? Because today we have the same problem. What's the right way to worship? Are we supposed to worship in traditional, contemporary, Mosaic, Davidic, all different styles, denominational, non-denominational, Catholic worship, Mass, what's the right way to worship? And Jesus boils it down to like 4 truths, 4 principles, 4 characteristics of true worshipers, true worship. Because God is only seeking true worshipers. He's not seeking false worshipers. He doesn't accept or seek every kind of worship that claims to be Christian. He doesn't do that. And so that's why I love that sequence. But I watched it and I thought, holy smokes, this is really good. And I said, I got to watch that, because I thought initially, The Chosen years ago, because it came out 5, 6, 7 years ago. And I thought, it's just another Jesus movie. I've seen them on YouTube. I've seen 3-hour ones, 6-hour ones. I've gone to Africa. I've taken the Gospel of John in Swahili, brought my projector, put it on the walls wherever I went, in the homes, in the huts, in the little church buildings. Muslims were watching it. Muslims got to see they watched the whole thing. They got to see the crucifixion of Christ. It was amazing. Wide-eyed wonder at that. And, so I've been through this and for years and decades, and I thought, I've seen them. I mean, maybe they're just trying to make money off of this, or who knows. But that woman at the well scene, that really caught my attention, and I went back and started watching season 1 on the app, on the online website, because it's all free. And I saw what was interesting is the woman at the well was built in before he met her. She had roles and cameos in that season, or the episode before that, or whatever. So they were building up characters, and there's more to the woman at the well than just the well scene. She appears in different segments before that. So what I noticed is they have many characters: Jewish, Gentile, Roman soldiers, the governor, the Pharisees, the high priest. They build these characters in over time, and you get to know them extremely well. And it's very shocking, dramatic, and it's emotionally devastating at times, and it could be the best rendition of the gospel ever from here on out, because it's in a series. They have time to develop. So like season 1 has 8 episodes, about an hour each. 8 episodes. And then they did season 2. This is over a year, over the next year. Then they did, and it started to take off, so it changed. The first 4 episodes of season 1 are dark and difficult to get through. There's themes that I'm not familiar with, but once it gets to episode 4 and 5, there's Peter, getting the miraculous catch of fish. It gets brighter. The cinematography gets brighter. It's not in a bar room in the beginning or whatever. It starts to make more sense, and the characters start to be developed and built, especially Jonathan Rumi, who's this extremely sweet, good-natured man that portrays Jesus. And so let me see if I can get further along here. So they have so much time to build in the characters, and that's what they do. And the good news is the authors, the producers, the writers, they tell you it's essentially accurate with Jesus' role, but the character definitions and the build-up of the characters is open to possibility, plausible things. It isn't in the Bible, but it's possible. So they clear themselves by telling you a lot of it isn't in the Bible. They're not trying to change doctrine or teachings of Christ. They don't do that. But they do build out characters, especially the Pharisees, especially certain Romans. It is like nothing I've ever seen. And there are several characters that I consider the main character. Mary Magdalene was in season 1, episode 1. She's been in every episode. To me, she's like the main character. It doesn't offend me. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't compete with Jesus. Then there's Matthew. He's been in from the beginning. And then there's Nathaniel. They just, everything I can remember, these characters are built in. And there's so many prominent characters. Nicodemus, Joseph, a guy named Shmuel, a Pharisee, and just Pilate and Roman soldiers, Gaius and Quintus, and just stunning performances, extremely good cinematography, the camera angles, the settings. It's tremendous. So I just want to give a shout out to it and plug it, because I've seen up to season 6, episode 1. I went to Chosen Con. There's Chosen Con is like Comic Con conference, and I went, badge to prove it. The experience, Chosen Con. It was in Charlotte, North Carolina, past year, 2026, and it was like going to heaven. Everybody loved the same thing. Several of us dressed up and had big long head coverings on, and funny garments and stuff, and some of them were extras in a lot of the programming. They came to that, and there was 5,000, 6,000 plus people, and I'd like to go again. It was one of the most, if I could describe it in one word, tears. They cared for us so much. You wouldn't believe what happened at this Chosen Con. There's just too much to express, and one of the crowning achievements of the whole thing is the main writer, Dallas Jenkins, and producer said, we have something special for you all tonight, but you're not supposed to say anything about it. Don't give any spoilers. It's a trailer for season 6, episode 1, which they started producing it earlier in the year, and last year or something, earlier in the year, and they finished it right before February. That's when Chosen Con was. And they said we'd created a trailer for episode 1. There's going to be 8 episodes, I think, in season 6, I think. And I think the first episode is going to come out as a movie in the theaters, then go on to Amazon, then in 2 months go on the app for free. Amazon Prime, then the app for free. I think that's how it's going to go. So we're way off production. It's going to be later this year, like December or November. And they do that because they have so many multilingual languages to translate it into production-wise and everything. All those voice actors and everything. So it's all over the world, and it just spreads to so many languages. And it just takes off because it's such high quality with such an amazing angle at it. And so we watched this trailer, and it was over, and he said, let's watch it again. We watched it again. Everybody was happy. It was like 5,000 people, the biggest indoor room I've ever seen. It was dark. Then he said earlier in that evening, are you ready for tonight? We all said, yeah. He said, I don't think you're ready. So about an hour within the program, that evening at 6 o'clock, he said, we finished episode 1 of season 6. We're going to show you the whole episode. Just don't tell anybody about it. No spoilers. And we watched episode 1 an hour. It was fantastic. It was stunning and shocking and unique and very plausible. And so it's about his garden scene when they come get him and what happens after that. It is shocking and emotionally draining and everything else, emotionally challenging. So I just want to tell you, if you're a Christian and you're skeptical of this, go to the Chosen Com app, download it to your phone and watch it. I actually project it on a portable projector. I have a battery operated projector everywhere I go. I put it on the wall, outside, inside. People ask me, you want to watch it? We do. We watch an episode. They're about an hour each. I go through it with friends of mine. We're in season 5. A friend of mine, we're in season 5. Went through 4 seasons together. And they like it. They like it. They want to see, when's the next one? When can we watch the next one? It's that good. And, if there are atheists that like this. I've seen comments from atheists saying, this is high quality, and people that don't believe in God, they're just watching it. And so that speaks about the nature of these episodes and these series and the seasons and the writers. They're terrific. It just elevates everything. Everybody is elevated by the writing. And one thing I'll tell you is that when I observe the season 1, 2, 3 up to 5, it's always about the disciples. Then Jesus comes on the scene. Disciples, then Jesus comes on the scene. So there's a lot of character development. It's Romans, then Jesus comes on the scene. Pharisees, and then Jesus comes on the scene. There's just so many good performances. Mary Magdalene, Mary the sister of Martha, sister of Lazarus, terrific. I actually got to meet many of these people, take pictures with them. And Rama is a character related to Thomas. We had a terrific interaction twice. It meant a lot to me. If you understand what happens with her character in Thomas and the gospel, although she's an added character, you understand why it's important that, I had a great interaction with her. So I hope to go to another Chosen Con. I'm not so sure. I'm very far away from America right now. But if you need something that might make you happy in life, as well as emotionally challenged, and it's tough. Some people I know, even a pastor, will not watch season 5. He knows what's going to happen. Season 5 is his last 3 days in Jerusalem before he's crucified. So it's 8 episodes of intense stuff in and out of Jerusalem. And the dynamic really changes in season 5. It gets real serious. Tremendous lines throughout every season. There are so many memorable added lines that make perfect sense, that aren't conflicting with the gospel. And I want to tell all you critics out there, if you made it this far, because you're probably not a critic if you made it this far in my video, because I'm very imperfect. I don't like it. I want to be completely perfect and right and good and caring and friendly. I'm not. I want to be. Maybe I'll get better. But if you're a critic and you're highly critical of renditions of the gospel that add stuff to it, this is very plausible and it doesn't conflict. Look at this from a student standpoint. Try to learn. And then don't try to be the critic, because you won't get anything from it. Be open-minded, but don't be empty-headed. Test everything. Hold on to the good. That's what the gospel tells us, because we all make mistakes in what we say. That's what James said. We all make mistakes, so we're told, test everything that's spoken or done in the name of Christ, and hold on to the good, get rid of the bad. There's one scene, one line that I don't agree with in all of the episodes up to episode 5. Now there's 6 and 7. I haven't seen all of it yet. 7 isn't out. It's in production right now. So that tells you something. And I've read the Bible for 35 years. I've taught it all over the world, made disciples, baptized people. Very careful with what's the correct doctrine. I'm into correct character now, because the doctrine needs to make us have a new nature. Because God existed before the Bible, his nature, and he's trying to make us godly. Good nature. God is extremely good natured. So we want to make sure we view the chosen in a good attitude, a good natured, and try to get something from it. Because you might break down so many times when you watch this in ways you never expected. And you're going to be built up if you're open-minded, but not empty-headed. I hope you enjoy The Chosen. I did. I'm on my 4th watch of the whole series, and I don't do that kind of stuff. I am not an emotional guy. I'm a logical guy. I have a computer background, yes and no, if then logic structures. All right. But it is extremely challenged to me emotionally. And so I expressed what I could. I'm sure I left something out, but it's up to you. Do not watch comments or videos that describe The Chosen. Only watch The Chosen. The first time you go through season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4, 5, and when 6 comes out later, do not look at comments. Ignore them. Don't look at them. Don't hear them. Only watch The Chosen, because it'll ruin it for you. There are people spoil it. They did it to me, and I quit doing that. I quit watching YouTube and went right to the app. But even on the app, they have comments and extra videos. I do not watch them. Don't watch them. It'll ruin it for you. Watch only the episodes. Maybe another iteration, you can look at the comments and get involved in that and contribute. But people spoil it for you, and it's, don't get spoiled. Watch it, be surprised, be amazed, be emotional, be enlightened, be encouraged, be discouraged, whatever it does to you. It's going to affect your life. It's one of the most favorite things I've ever found in my life. And initially, I didn't care. I thought it was a piece of junk. And, I attributed bad motives to them. I've been raising questions. What are they doing? Just trying to make money? And then I saw the woman at the bar. I go, holy smokes, this is good. So it got my attention. God got my attention. And it's been a delight to me. I'll watch it another 5 times. I don't care. It's that deep and good. And it's just such a wonderful series. So I wish you the best. I hope you enjoy it.